Hello fraggers and welcome to another frag video. So you might be wondering what I'm doing here today because you guys were expecting the next Fragger teaser video, and you're right. This video will come out a bit later this week, and today we are going to do a Q&A session with the Frag dev team, answering all the questions you guys asked us on Discord. Before we jump into it, make sure to hit the bell, subscribe to our channel, leave a like, leave a comment. Let's go! So welcome Guillaume, and thank you for joining us today. Maybe we can start with you introducing yourself, what you do at Oh BiBi, what you do on Frag.
I'm the game lead, means that I'm in charge of all the features, the planning, and basically what is our long-term strategy with Frag.
So as you know, we are here today to answer community questions we had on Discord, so let's dig into it and start with the first question we had. Is there any new map project, and why did the waterfall map get taken out from the game?
We have removed Waterfall because we had a lot of crashes on Waterfall, so it took us some time to remove the bug, and we lost time because we were convinced that there were bugs on Waterfall, the map, but actually the bugs were on the features that actually manage the rotation of the map. Anyway, we found it, and now Waterfall is back. So next update, you're going to have this cool map that actually alters the balancing quite a lot. I mean, some cards that are good on the two other maps are not that good on Waterfall, as you know, so it's going to be fun.
So Waterfall is back on March?
Yes.
Great. Next question, is there any way to get event exclusive cards after the event is over, and same goes for the skins?
For the cards, yes, they're going to come back. For instance, every people and people are going to come back. I mean, in March they're going to become normal cards again, and to be the same with the cards coming forward. I mean, cards that have been exclusive for some time will become regular. As for the skins, on the other hand, we want to keep them exclusive, so we have at the moment no comeback for the skins plan.
We also got several questions about new features, such as the spectator mode, which is something the community asks a lot about. Club 2 versus 2, some maybe replays or stuff like that.
Good thing you asked me, because we are going to have a big push on club and on community features. You already seen a bit of it with the Wonder event, with the reward for the clubs. 2v2, it's coming not in March but very soon. Spectator mode, we're working on it as well, not in March but soon. Sadly, we won't be able to have the replay because due to the way our code is structured and the way the game works, it's not really possible to do. But yeah, the two other features are coming.
So guys, you heard it, spectator mode is finally coming to Frag. Not in the next update, but pretty soon. Next question, are we going to do something about hackers in the game?
It's not a secret, we have some issues with hackers recently. We are putting fighting hackers on the top of the prior. For obvious reasons, I don't want to be too specific on what we're going to do, but we're going to fight both, I mean, the hacks themselves, and also we're doing a lot of work on, let's say, the backend, the process, and the way we deal with cheater reports, the way we deal with the leaderboards, and making sure that no one stays as a hacker on top of the leaderboard for a long time.
Okay.
So yeah, big focus on this as well. Coming this update actually, and in the coming updates.
Now this is something I also experienced myself as a Frag player from time to time. It's about matchmaking. As an example, some players, let's say level 11 player or stuff like that, sometimes they play against level 8 player, or sometimes they will play versus level 16 player.
I know it's an old complaint from the community, and it's fair. We already started actually working on the matchmaking. There was, you know, this trophy change where we magnified how many trophies you won and how many trophies you lost. And this change we did was also because before we did this change, players tended to, you know, whatever was their skill, whatever quality of the cards, they were just, you know, cleaning up the arenas, cleaning up the leagues, and finding themselves against players way stronger than they're supposed to fight. So we're going to carry on, but with the fight against cheating, it's going to look more fair as well, because obviously you won't be fighting, you know, level 15, level 16 decks with 11, and starting not the a March update, but the April update, we're also going to actually focus specifically on the matchmaking.
A bit more fun question, I would say. Are we going to have voices in game or animated emote or stuff like that?
I wish voices is super difficult to do because I mean, if you want to do voices nicely, you need to have voices for 100 plus characters, which is complicated to do, and we're not going to have voices, I'm sorry to say. Emotes, they're actually not that popular in terms of how many people use them, so they're not on the top of the priority list. So maybe they'll come back later, but for now it's not.
Now this is a current topic actually, because for the FRAG anniversary event we buffed some of the older characters, but are we going to do something particular with them, like keep buffing them or maybe rework some characters or stuff like that?
Actually we want to do more than this. With upcoming FRAG V3, we really want to buff every single character in the game. One of the big problems with FRAG as it is right now, in your opinion, is that it's a linear scale of power. So basically, every time we have a new character, it is more powerful than the other characters or less powerful. And it's very hard to add new characters that are not overpowered and then everyone wants them, or so underpowered that no one wants them. What we want with FRAG V3 is a more, three-dimensional balancing. So a character from the very beginning of the game is simpler to use, but is not necessarily weaker than a character from the last arenas.
Okay.
It's just very simple to use. You have them, you shoot, you just shoot with them, no special effects. And so we're working on this. It's very long, as you can imagine. It's a lot of characters. It will probably generate a lot of change on the way on the orders at which the characters are unlocked, or maybe some reactive will change, some special powers of some characters will change, but the characters will be a lot more specialized.
Okay.
And every character will have this situation in which is good and situation or she is good, or situation where they're not good.
Do you have any idea what happened to FRAGops?
Yes! I'm sorry to say that they're not coming back soon. For two reasons. First one, we are not happy at all with the way the old FRAGops wanted, and we want to create a new way to generate to have implants for the player that is probably going to be linked to a mission rework. So this is big task and not the highest prior. And the second thing is that we want to make sure that the way the future implants work, they work well within this new FRAG V3 meta. If we had all this super nice meta where we rebalance all cards and then implant breaks everything, that's a problem, right? Yeah. So it's going to come with FRAG V3 and maybe a bit later.
With the latest update, so the Hubble update, we had a small teaser before that with the rocket coming out from the map. Do you think that's something we will have for other characters, or it was a one-time only thing?
It was a one-time only thing. It was like someone had this. I think it was you actually. What is good idea in a meeting, and it was super easy. It was super easy to do. The artist at some time at this point, so we put it there in the build. But I don't think it's something we can consistently do.
Again, sorry guys, we can have everything, but we are working on big topics, as Guillaume mentioned, so I'm pretty sure you will be happy in the future. Will we have a 5 versus 5 mode, or maybe race to the top without the frag powers, meaning more competitive events?
From 5 against 5 and in general new mods, we want them. I would love to have a 5 versus 5, but we want to do them after the FRAG V3 balance, because if you start to add new features, then you need to balance them, and doing FRAG, it's easier to have first balancing and then add the new features, balance the new whole thing. So there will be new game mods. I can't promise it's going to be 5 versus 5. This one is a big one. But it's going to come at the end of the year.
A small question more about the quality of life at Oh BiBi, or maybe more like how the things works for the dev on Frag. Do you know how many hours on average the devs spend on the game working?
We're in France, so we don't overwork them, we don't crunch them.
The short answer is that our devs are working every day on the game and spend a lot of time. Maybe you don't feel like it by the way some features might work, but everything takes a lot of time and a lot of tests. So
it's a good question. Sometimes I read the Discord and I feel like people believe we're like Ubisoft or this huge company. We have 7 devs on Frag, which is not that much. Every update is 1 month, but this means that we need to do a development in 3 weeks. And then 1 week bug fixing, whatever. Some of the features are big. I mean, online features, matchmaking. I mean, those are big features, complex features. So only 7 people with this. All in all, if I take the whole team, it's maybe 15 people.
Yeah. Someone asked about the mystery box challenge. Do we have anything for this?
It's a whole thing. It was one of the first events in the game actually, from what I understand. But it's no one really liked it. It was just there because it used to be there, so we removed it.
So bye mystery box. We have another question that's more for me, so I will answer it. Someone asked if we can have maybe an advisory committee from the top club in the game to have better feedback from the player concerning what's going on and stuff like that. I would say that's something we might consider, I might consider actually. We already have the VIP on Discord that have kind of the same purpose in the end, but I would like to involve more our top users and more efficient players to have better feedback and better quality to understand better also what's going on with the players. And most of the time it things that us as a developer or people working on the game might not see, so definitely a good question and something I will consider. And last question, will we have another character design concept contest? I would say yes, that's something we can have, definitely. But will the winner character concept be in the game? That's
yeah, it's actually take this one a bit, because before, when you just had characters on a line of power, you could just design new characters and he has a super big gun and then he's the best one. Now, when we will have new characters, each character will have a role or a niche. So if you have like a super idea for this character and the niche we want to fit the next character in is not appropriate with the name and the shape or whatever the character idea you have, it's just a bit of
yeah, so yeah, contest might be a thing, definitely. Having the character in the game, not so sure, I can say yes or no. It's a tricky question actually. And I think we covered most of the topics people were asking about, so that's it for us. Thank you very much for your time, Guillaume.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your question. We hope that you find this video very useful and it helps you to see what's going on Frag and the future updates. Thank you for your time. See you on the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.